Hey, what's up, y'all? Shamiek, Nate Almighty, and I'm here for a Raising Kanan Season 5, right? Theory and prediction video. And this video is about the actor known as Shamiek Moore being seen on the set at the end of Raising Kanan Season 5, right? Which is supposed to be the end of the series, even though that hasn't been an official declaration from the producers of Power that Season 5 will be the end of the series. But we can say that most likely it is. There's been some debate on the internet about who this guy's character can be, right? People are saying that he's possibly Breeze. Now, I feel like from a narrative standpoint that he's not going to be Breeze, and it would suck, and that takes all the air out of what, narratively speaking, could have been the greatest build-up to a character in crime drama history, which would have been how we would have watched Unique be unique at the beginning of Raising Kanan. And then he goes through everything he goes through, right? Assumed dead, becomes a John Doe, and then in the middle of his recovery, right? And due to his CTE and brain damage, it alters him to become who we will know as Breeze. I feel like that would have been the better way to go. But today, it's still a possibility that whoever Shamiek Moore is playing could end up becoming Breeze. For the simple fact that I am somewhat familiar with Shamiek Moore's work. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to give the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to give 5 things that has to happen in order for Shamiek Moore's character to be Breeze and not Unique. And also, I'm going to give you in the middle of this video why I feel like he will not be Breeze, or why he should not be Breeze. This video is going to be another banger. Without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so number 1. In order for Shamiek Moore's character to be Breeze, Kanan has to have a very high amount of respect for him already. By the time we see Kanan and him have their first interaction on the show, right? He has to have a high amount of respect for him already. Because being that it's towards the end of the series, then that's less work it would have to take in order for his character, if he's Breeze, to win Kanan over. Number 2, he has to be D-Wiz's brother, or else there is no way to justify Kanan having so much respect for him. Raising Kanan is at the end, and there is no time to build any brand new characters to be in that position. So I'm saying not only does Kanan have to have respect for him by the time he's shown, but he has to be D-Wiz's brother as well, right? So that means if he's Breeze, there is no Unique. D-Wiz's brother is a whole nother character, and then Shamiek Moore's character, right, is going to be Breeze, right? It has to go that way, otherwise it's not going to make sense. Number 3, Unique will have to have come out of hiding and end up dying for real this time, probably by the hands of Breeze himself, as all major characters get replaced at the end of their arcs with brand new characters. What conflicts me with this is that I don't believe Unique will have any reason to come out of hiding or to reveal himself to anyone once he understands that the police are not looking for his body and they ruled him out as a John Doe that's dead already. He's smart enough to see the advantage in that. He's smart enough to see that, okay, long as I stay in the shadows, long as I cover up my face when I hit the streets, I could be as big as a terrorist as I want, right? I could confide in a select few individuals who I could trust, and I can move how I want to move and do what I want to do without people looking for Panessa, right? And Jerome to do anything to them, without people even suspecting at all that it has anything to do with me. This is why I'm still leaning in on the Unique is Breeze thing, right? And also, I got a couple other reasons why I want to explain why I don't believe Shamiek Moore's character is going to be Breeze, but he could be just D-Wiz's brother and just be a big dad, right? Going into the end of the season. And it's like the chickens have finally come home to roost. This thing that happened in season 1, right? Everyone forgot about it, and now the big threat of what happened in season 1 finally comes in season 5 towards the end, and he's a threat to everyone, and people got to deal with him because he's already known as being a wild boy. But anyway, moving into number 4. Shamiek Moore's character would have to be connected to a plug with a lot of work by the time he enters the story, or he would have to meet this plug very early during his introduction, giving Kanan even more incentive to work with him for the long term. Because logically speaking, I don't see how Breeze could spend so much time in the house and still manage to keep Kanan, Ghost, and Tommy in line for as long as he did, right? Shamiek Moore's character will have to be connected to a plug. This is the facts. Otherwise, come on now. You're dealing with 3 alphas. How else are you going to keep them in line and have them respect you when they out in the field more than you? And now reason number 5. If they start off addressing him as D-Wiz's brother more than once after he makes his introduction, instead of just saying his name, then he's probably Breeze, and he will finally be called Breeze at the perfect moment of the season. Okay? Those are the 5 reasons why. Those are the 5 things, that has to happen for Shamiek Moore's character to be Breeze. And now, what I also want to add is this, right? Shamiek Moore is a good actor. I don't believe he's from New York. I believe he's like from LA or something. But if you watch the Wu-Tang Clan series, right, the show, then you know that he's a good actor. He does New York characters very well. But what I want to add on to why I don't think he's Breeze is for the fact of he's kind of on the short side. And because he's on the short side, if Breeze is supposed to be this impactful character, right? And he's supposed to have some kind of authority over people like Ghost and Tommy, who turn out being very tall, right? And Kanan, who was very tall, right? I don't see them respecting Shamiek Moore's character as Breeze being this short, stumpy, stubby guy. I just don't see that happening, right? Joey Badass as Unique, he's taller, right? He's already charismatic. He already has a way with words. I still believe today that Unique will end up being Breeze. And where I stand right now, I believe that Shamiek Moore's character will be D-Wiz's brother, who will go by a different name. And I believe that just like in OG Power at the end, where we seen things like how the shooting in the beginning, where they let the woman go, and then all the way in season 6 at the end, Tommy ended up killing that woman because the chickens came home to roost, right? And that means the end of the season was affected by the first season. I believe that they will be doing the same thing for Raising Kanan, where the death of D-Wiz will be one of the main issues going on in season 5, if that's the final season, where Shamiek Moore's character, right, who will be, now he'll be a short dude with a Napoleon complex, who's already known for being wild. He's going to be around, he's going to be causing all types of problems for the Thomas family, right? That's what I believe, but y'all let me know what y'all think. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.
Can't teach that shit, nigga. Come on. That's God-gifted. That's touched by an angel. That's on the dome, nigga.